It's common knowledge that I like trains. What's not common knowledge is that in my 13 years as a railroad photographer, some rather interesting things have happened to me. Some of which have been caught on camera, some of which have not. Today I'm going to share with you some photos of railroad locomotives that I've seen multiple times, which given this hobby happens quite often, but these particular photos involve extremely interesting circumstances. Okay, so this first one is from August of 2010. My uncle and I went out there for about a week or so, following the line across the northern part of the state. On August 1st, we saw this train heading eastbound. Now, in the locomotive consist, you have this locomotive, Norfolk Southern 8903. There's nothing really special about this particular engine at all. So fast forward about 2 weeks, I'm back in Pennsylvania and I'm out at the tracks and I see this train heading eastbound. Take note, the locomotive leading the train is Norfolk Southern 8903, except it's no longer with the engines that it was with when I saw it 2 weeks prior. If I remember correctly, I don't believe I noticed this particular detail right away. I think it was later on when I was editing the photos that I found out that it actually happened. Okay, this next one actually spans several years as opposed to the last one. So in 2012, Norfolk Southern painted a bunch of brand new locomotives in something called heritage paint schemes to honor the railroads that led up to its creation. In August of 2012, I happened to see one of these specially painted locomotives leading a coal train about an hour west of Harrisburg. Now, you can see from the photo that other than the heritage unit, there's really nothing special about this photo at all. So let's fast forward now about 4.5 years, give or take. It's December 2016, and I'm heading back home to Pennsylvania from Toledo for the Christmas holiday. As I'm heading home, I'm following the tracks along the middle part of the state, heading back home, and I hear that this same heritage unit is leading an eastbound train out of Altoona. So I set up, I get myself all ready, train comes by, I get the picture, which you're looking at right now, and then I just go about my day, eventually ending up back at home. I don't think it was until about 6 months ago that I went back and looked at this photo and noticed that the same Norfolk Southern locomotive is trailing that heritage unit that I shot 4.5 years prior to that. I was thinking, like, what are the odds of that happening again? Okay, so this next one also involves a heritage unit. In July of 2016, I took this photo of another heritage unit leading a train into Toledo. Nothing really special about it, right? Okay, so fast forward about a year. It's July of last year. I'm out gallivanting across Illinois, far away from Norfolk Southern tracks. I go to check into my hotel. I do that, and then I go back out to the tracks after I checked in. I found a train that was leaving town, so I pulled off and I got out of the car to watch it go by, and I took a look at the locomotives, noting that the second locomotive looked a lot like one from a railroad that no longer exists. That's when I realized that it was this heritage unit. So I moved locations since the lighting in this particular location wasn't the best, and I got this image that you're currently looking at right now. Even though the engine wasn't leading, the fact that I wasn't expecting to see it is why I'm including it in this video. Okay, last one. This one also involves a heritage unit, but not a Norfolk Southern heritage unit. Union Pacific, one of the big western railroads, also has heritage units. Not as many as Norfolk Southern, but they still have them. And in some cases, like in the last one, these heritage units find their way onto other railroads that don't own them. One particular Union Pacific heritage locomotive is the 1996, which is painted to commemorate the Southern Pacific. I've seen this engine twice, neither of which have been on Union Pacific rails. The first time was Thanksgiving 2012, which you're looking at right now. The locomotive led a Norfolk Southern train into northern New Jersey. Then fast forward about 3.5 years to February 2016, when the locomotive led a westbound train on CSX in western Ohio. So these are just a few of the many different stories I have from my 13 years as a rail photographer. I have plenty more stories that I could share with you. If you're interested in hearing those, leave comments down below saying you want to hear them. Seriously, actually do it. What does it take to get people to comment? Alright, thank you all for watching. God bless. I'll see you later.